there's a woman on here named Chloe. Her handle is It's All Politics. I've been long blocked by her, and all she does on her platform is reiterate conservative talking points and stir up anti-Muslim sentiment.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I stand before you as the first Muslim mayor in our city's history, and this year as the first Jew that I've attended in that new position.
وأسأل الله أن يصلي على محمد وآل محمد والفرج إلى المؤمنين على يديه وقتل الكافرين بسيفك.
So what? So that was last week, and then this week too.
And it's really interesting because right now I'm reading this book, Jesus and John Wayne, and it talks about how Christian evangelicalism has always done well when it's attacking a perceived threat, when it's creating a perceived threat. So in the 20th century, the biggest issue that evangelicals were up against was the threat of communism. And it encouraged them to go to war and to find this sense of like a biblical calling for war. Like they found it in the Bible that like we have to go to war to defeat communism. Like this is our biggest threat. This is a biblical threat. This is a threat to Jesus Christ. This is a threat to Christianity. We have to attack communists. We have to completely wipe out communism. We have to go to war and have this holy war to defend Christianity. And then when the Cold War ended, when the Berlin Wall fell, when communism was widely defeated, they needed a new enemy. And an easy enemy, especially when we engaged in the Iraq wars and the Gulf wars in the 90s and then in the 2000s, was the threat of Islam and the threat of terror, despite the fact that Christians commit more hate crimes than any other group, and finding a new threat. And it's just so interesting seeing Chloe spit out these oh my God, like Muslims are so scary and like radical and fundamental. And just to be clear, like any religious group has the capacity to be fundamental, and any religious fundamental group is bad. Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, Buddhism, like any fundamental group is bad. But just to see her like in real life, like what I'm reading about this concept of a created enemy, like making people scared about the threat of Islam so that you can find support in the church and so that you can bring people in and increase your numbers of evangelical Christians. It's so crazy. It's like, girl, I've read your playbook and you're tired. Like there's nothing new here. You're just trying to make people scared so that they come to the conservative party and just like hate on more people. And it's fucking pathetic.